Once there was a Duke. What is up, guys? It's Duke here, and I wanted to tell you the story of Tama, the child of the gods. Tama was a young boy, just a babe, when he washed up on shore on the southern isle. When the residents found him, they called him Tama, meaning child of the sun, because he washed up right in the morning, right with the rising sun on the east side of the South Isle. And he was adopted and taken in by the villagers. He was an orphan, but everyone kind of adopted him as a surrogate son. He was very hardworking, never had a hard time fitting in. He had a good life. He was known by everyone in the village, and loved by almost all. And one day, all of that changed. Raiders from the north came down and started attacking his village in the dead of winter. Tama didn't know why, but he had a good idea that the raiders had run out of food for the winter, so they were coming to take his and his village's food. Because of this, Tama hid in the well. He was only about 8 years old at this point, but he had become strong and rather large for an 8-year-old. He continued to hide as he heard the screams, and by the time he rose and came out of the well, everything was gone. There was no one left, no food. Everyone that he knew and loved was dead. With nowhere to go, no place to call home, he decided to bury the dead. As he was burying the dead in the cold of winter, shallow graves, he was unable to dig very deep. He also didn't have much food or energy to do so. He scavenged for what he could find. By the end of the third day, there came men from the Order of Virtuous Intent, an order that found themselves to be peacekeepers north from this Southern Isle village, but still in the southern swamps of the continent. They took in orphans and raised them, fed them, taught them how to fight and become adventurers. Not seeing any other options, Tama went with them and quickly discovered that he had powers of the sun and of the light, and he soon became a cleric, but a cleric without a god. This was rather strange for the Order of Virtuous Intent, for they did not train nor raise clerics. They were more likely to train berserkers, rangers, druids, and to teach people to connect with nature to find their power, rather than taking power from the gods. For the first time, Tama felt like he didn't really belong or fit in. He was strange, different to all of the others that surrounded him. They were all orphans, and he could relate on that level. However, his powers and abilities just seemed to be different from the others. He didn't really understand why, but he sought answers and wanted to know where he truly came from. He had heard stories from his village about how he had washed up on the shores so long ago, and he wondered, could they be true? As he continued to study and learn more with the Order of Virtuous Intent, he found more stories of other clerics and paladins that had powers from the gods, similar to his own. However, he had no god. He did not worship anyone or anything that represented the sun, but yet he had these strange abilities and these powers to cast magic and summon light as a cantrip. One day, as he was pondering, he received word that he was assigned his first mission and would leave the citadel to go out and find the keep of Quasi-Quaton. He would find it and help try and secure it for the Order of Virtuous Intent so they could gain a stronghold in the northern portion of the continent, closer to the Montari Empire. The Montari Empire had not been enemies to the Order of Virtuous Intent. However, they shunned any magic that was not of their own, a fire of their certain religion they worshipped. Any other magics were shunned. Magical creatures were not welcomed there either. Only the human race was welcomed and not persecuted in the Montari Empire. Due to this, the Order of Virtuous Intent wanted to be able to have a stronghold closer to the Montari Empire as to establish trades, to help try and influence policies, to try and make it a more welcoming and open empire for all. With this new allotted freedom, Tama knew that he would be able to find out more of where he came from, and he recognized that the magic that the Montari Empire allowed and accepted was not dissimilar from his own. As Tama began to prepare and pack his things, his mind could not help but wonder, racing between all the possibilities. Would he find out where he was from? Would he learn of his family? Or would he die in this adventure, serving this Order of Virtuous Intent that had taken him in and cared for him for so many years? The worry was almost debilitating. But as he continued to pack his things, he was also informed that he would be deployed alone, which was rather uncommon for the Order of Virtuous Intent. Normally they would send them out 2 by 2, a master and an apprentice. However, Tama had been at the top of his class and excelled in every discipline that he was taught. This gave the Order reason enough to allow him to adventure on his own. After all, it was a mere scouting and infiltration. It should be relatively easy, Tama thought. There should not be too much struggle or too much to fight. Even if there is monsters and creatures of the wild, I will do just fine on my own, he thought to himself quietly as he packed his bags. Adventure will be treacherous and dangerous, but I must know what I am, who I am, and where I come from. Tama thought to himself, determined to find the answers to these questions. As well, as he had been cooped up in this place for quite some time, he was ready to stretch his legs, look out to the world, and if nothing else, find adventure and excitement along the way. Will Tama find the answers he's looking for? Will he find new friends on this adventure? Or will he go it alone and find Quasi-Quiton and slay all the monsters that lay inside of it, claiming it for the Order of Virtuous Intent? Or will he perish on his journeys? Make sure you are tuned in next time to find out what happens to our adventurer. Next time on a D&D story, The Adventures of Tama. Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoy this kind of content, please make sure that you like the video. If you don't like it, make sure you also like the video. Seriously though, if you do enjoy it, make sure that you're subscribed and hit that little notification bell, because sometimes it doesn't always send you the notifications if you're not subscribed. If you're a first time here, please feel free to subscribe, like, comment, whatever you enjoy. Again, I'm not going to make you, but you should, because it helps out this channel and it really helps out us as creators, so that way we can keep making this content and keep sharing these kinds of stories. I really think this will be a very interesting story, and I hope to share more of them like this with you guys. So if you do enjoy this kind of story, or if you even have a character that you would like to see come to life in a narrated story, please comment down below and we'll get in contact with you and see if it's a good fit. Again, thank you guys so much. Enjoy the video and have a great day. This is Duke of D&D. Thank you.